Yeah. So in the last session we tested auto posting. Now we'll see auto reversal. We have seen how to reverse the journals through manual process, right? With the reverse journals, we tested how to reverse the journals through manual process. When we have to reverse the journals, so you create a journal and posted, something is wrong with that journal. Since it is posted, you cannot update anything. So only the option is you have to reverse it and you can create the journal with correct information. The same reversal if you want to perform automatically, how to do that, let's see. So auto reversal. To post the journals automatically, we created auto post criteria set. The same way, to reverse the journals automatically, how to create auto reversal criteria set. Okay, auto reversal criteria set that we have to assign to specific ledger. Okay, the reversal criteria set we have to assign to specific ledger, which ledger related journals we want to reverse by following certain criteria. Okay, assign auto reversal criteria set to ledger. Then we can create journal and we can schedule or run auto reversal. So these are the two steps we have to perform. One is creating auto reversal criteria set. And the second one is the same we have to assign to ledger. Then we can create the journal and we have to run the process. So that system it will create the reversal journal. Say system creates reversal journal. Okay, based on the reversal method. Those points already we discussed when we were talking about manual reversal itself. We reversed. So at the time we have seen switch, debit, credit, or change side. Two reversal methods we have. Whatever you choose accordingly it will reverse. We'll see that. Okay. And it should be posted. You have to post the journal. If you don't post, you don't need to reverse. Right. So go to our implementation project, search for auto reversal. The task name is manage journal reversal criteria sets. Go to this task. Okay, manage journal reversal criteria sets. Click on go. Say create. Here you can give the name. Amex auto reversal. So here criteria is category. Which category of journals we want to reverse, we have to set up. So by default, what are the categories we have in the system, we can see here. All the categories we can find here. Which category journals we want to reverse, you can go and set auto reversal for the same. Now what we will do is, we will go and set auto reversal for adjustment category. So here you have to select reversal period. System has to create the reversal journal. Whenever you submit for reversal, it will create opposite journal that journal need to be created in which period? We have to set that. Say it should be created in the same period. Okay, or next period. If it is a date, same date, next date, non-adjusting period, you can select. Say I'm selecting same period. Ideally, you can select the same period. So if you create any journal and if you post, if you reverse that journal, the new journal, the reversal journal also, it will be created in the same period. And how that new journal, reversal journal need to be created? With which reversal method? Change sign or switch debit or credit. Any one you can select. So it is switch debit credit. You can accept. And here you can select the option whether system has to reverse automatically and it has to reverse and post automatically. If you select this, it will create just reversal journal. If you select this option, it will create the reversal journal. The reversal journal also it will post. Okay, you can choose whatever you want to, how you want to proceed. I'm choosing reverse and post automatically. That means system will create reversal journal. That journal also it will post automatically. Okay. Here you can ignore this message, not applicable. Same period, switch debit or credit, reversal and post automatic. Now you can say save and close. We are setting auto reversal only for one category. Say done. Now this reversal criteria set is applicable for which ledger? Nowhere we given, right? As a part of this auto reversal criteria set, there is no mapping. Just we created. Now this we have to assign to our primary ledger. Go to our primary ledger. When you say primary ledger, ledger options. So ledger options. Specify ledger options. Amex USA primary ledger. Yes. Click on go. Fine. So here you can just scroll little down. We can find journal reversal criteria set. Select what are the reversal criteria set we created. Amex auto reversal. Select here. That means this reversal criteria set would be applicable for this ledger only. Say save and close. The same can be assigned to multiple ledgers also. Then now we'll go and create one journal and we have to post it by following the same criteria. What is the criteria? Auto reversal we created only for adjustment category. The adjustment journal category, we have to create the journal. Let's create one journal. Okay, general accounting journals. So create journal. Yes, so I'm giving the name as ABC so that we can understand by seeing the name. Select period as a John. And categories, adjustment category. Okay, done. Search Select any one of the existing category, existing code combination. Enter any amount. Search. Say OK. Done. Save it. Complete. Submit for posting.
Mr. Lakshman, good morning. Just a small doubt.
Yeah, please.
Don't you have any rule-based auto posting or auto reversal?
What is that?
Rule-based. Suppose can't we define for the
No,
certain rules only it is applicable?
I got you. I got you. No. It is, see, when you talk about auto posting, the criteria is source and the category. Of course, we have a period and everything. Primarily, based on the source and the category, you can post the journals automatically. When you talk about reversal, only based on the category, you can reverse it. There is no other option. Yeah. Same. In EVS
Okay, fine.
also, we have a same solution, the same they replicate in the future. No difference. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So now you can see the status as a posted. Say now you
That is
identify an issue with this journal. Say by mistake you selected this account. Account should be different account. Now what we have to do? You cannot change here. Only the option is you have to reverse this journal and you have to create the journal with right account. Fine. Done. Now here you can reverse. If you want to reverse through manual process, you can reverse. You go to show more. Here we have a reversal section. See, within this primer ledger, what are the primer ledger we are using? Within that primer ledger, we given reversal period as a same period. That is the reason automatically system is selecting reversal period for this journal as a job. And there we selected in the reversal criteria set as a switch debit credit. Same system is selecting. As of now, the journal is not reversed. Okay, we don't want to reverse it through manual process. Okay, so we created and posted. Now we can run or we can schedule the reversal, auto reversal. So we are in the journal section. Go to task list. Say run auto reverse. If you want to schedule it, you can go to advanced tab and you can select the time. Accordingly, it will keep triggering this job by following that intervals. If you say every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes it will run. And within this ledger, whatever the reversal criteria set is assigned, accordingly it will select the journals and it will reverse. If you want to run whenever you want to run, just you can provide this reversal period. Okay, the reversal period is job and just submit. Now, for which journals the reversal period is already available as a Jan 22, which is belongs to this ledger, it will find out and it will reverse. And the journal should be posted. Okay, the journal should be posted so that it will reverse. and it will post also, right? Within the reversal criteria set, we selected reverse, that means create reversal journal and post automatic. If you remember, we have reporting ledger also. Okay, we have reporting ledger. The same will be reported to reporting ledger. You'll see that. Okay, you can say contains ABC. This is the name we given. Click on search. Go to show more. It is saying reverse. It created reversal journal. This is a reversal journal created. Click on this. This is a reversal journal created. Debits to credits, credits to debits. So see, this is a postage expense account. It was debited in that first journal. Now it is credited. So now again we will go and search. Click on search. Oh, I given start with view contents. Okay. Here, so this is the original journal we created. This you can see automatically the same journal is reported to reporting ledger. Yeah, reporting ledger. So this journal we created, it reported to reporting ledger. Now these two got reversed. Okay, these two got reversed. Whatever the journals are created in our primary, whatever reported to reporting ledger, both got reversed. Those are the two additional reversal journals what you could see. The status also posted. Right. You could see. Here we can see status as posted, because in the reversal criteria set, we given the parameter as a reverse and post automatically. So that's how we can reverse the journals automatically. Secondary ledger, on the day we start with the chart of accounts creation, right? Second. I created chart of accounts with the two segments. Okay, and I deployed. It is still under deployment. We'll see before we wind up today's session. We could see the status as deployed. We will test secondary ledger also. Right.
So Lakshman, one question, please.
Yep.
So the four journal entries created, one for primary reversed and one secondary reversed, right?
Secondary reporting.
Yeah, reporting.
Yes. Yeah.
We have to create in both the places, primary and reporting both.
We don't need to create. When reporting ledger is there, automatically it would be reported, right? We tested.
No, the criteria set, the reversal criteria set,
No.
if we set in
One
primary
second,
ledger, it is okay.
One second. You no need to create anything for reporting. How to create a reporting ledger? Did you specify any ledger options? We have that option. Just we have to select the reporting currency and the rate. Automatically reporting ledger will be created by system. Whatever the ledger options are available for primary ledger, the same will be applicable for reporting ledger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under what circumstances we create these kind of auto reversal entries, sir?
Year-end.
In real time.
No.
In real time, Amas.
Yes. In the year ending or in month ending also, if you pass some adjustment entries.
Month end.
Okay. And you pass some adjustment entries, this is how you can set. Whenever you open the next period, automatically the journals need to be reversed. This is how you can set a rule, or else manually you can submit it. Say year end, you are closing the books, but there are some invoices which you are expecting from supplier but not yet received. Okay, that you have to record in your books. You should not leave them. If you leave them, you cannot identify what is your liability. So this is how some transactions you have to record as adjustments. Once you realize those, once you receive those, the GL side you have to reverse those. Right?
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Okay, sir.
Lakshman,
Thank you.
Yeah.
for reporting ledger, selected INR, but when we see the reversal journal, it shows as USD.
No, both
So-
it will be. See, when you look at reversal journal or reporting ledger, in primary ledger, you will have only USD. When you talk about reporting ledger, in which ledger the actual journal is created plus the reporting happened in which ledger, and two ledgers it will show.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, two ledgers it will show because we are reporting in the different currency. To report in INR, originally the transaction is entered in which currency, that information should be there. Otherwise, conversion is not possible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll see how to create the budget, how to set certain limits for specific account in specific period, with specific amount, how to set the budget, we will see. Yeah. First we'll go through the setup, then we will deal with the scenario, how to test this. Please go on mute. Please go on mute. Somebody is unmuted and I think speaking with someone else. Yeah. Okay, budget. So here, when you talk about budget, this budget functionality, okay, works based on space or say Hyperion. This is Hyperion functionality what they given. If you are aware of how to define the budget in EBS, more or less it is similar, but here the difference is you don't find any budget journals. In EBS, without creating the budget journals and posting, you cannot do anything related to budgets. But in the Fusion, this functionality they introduced from Hyperion product. So no budget journals concept we have here. We'll see what setups we have to do and how to deal with this budget in the Fusion. So first we have to set up budgetary controls. Or say you can say we have to configure the budgetary controls. It is nothing but if you compare with EBS, we go to ledger and we'll set the options. That only we are calling as the budgetary controls here. So let me list out the setups, then we'll discuss wherever we have to understand. Say configure budgetary controls. We have to configure the budgetary controls and we have to create control budget. It is nothing but creating budget. So create control budget. Then we have to assign the roles to the user to have access to budget related data. and to set up the budget related data, to access the budget related data. You can say assign budget roles to user. To the same budget roles, we have to assign this control budget. Okay, this is nothing but budget. You can see as a create budget. The name they given as control budget, because with that budget definition only, you will be able to control the certain period related amounts as a budgetary control. You can set a control with the budget definition only. That is the reason we are calling as a control budget. Then you can assign the budget, nothing but the control budget. You have to assign the budget to this budget roles. So assign budget to budget roles. Okay. So first we have to set budgetary controls. Then we have to create the budget, and we have to assign the budget role to user, and to the same budget roles, what are the budget we created, that we have to assign. Okay. So whenever you assign the roles to any user, and to the same role you may assign any data access, we have to run the LDAP job. So here also same applicable. Say run LDAP job. After running LDAP job, we have to open the budget periods. For which periods we are going to define the budget, those periods we have to open. Say open budget periods. Once you open the budget periods, you can prepare the budget data. That means in which period, for which account, what is the budget limit you want to set. That you can set up. We call it as a prepare budget data. Okay, done. So once that is done, if you create journal, you can understand how that budgetary control will work. Create journal. With which accounts we created budget, you can go on to verify the controls, so that system will enforce the budgetary controls, and accordingly only will be able to process the journals. Okay, now we'll go on to configure budgetary controls. Go to our implementation project. Search for budgetary controls. This we have to set for our ledger. Okay, manage budgetary controls. Just click on go. Fine. So here just 1 second here. We can search with our primary ledger. What is our primary ledger name? Amex. Okay, this is our primary ledger. You can select, click on edit. Say for our primary ledger, enable budgetary control for the ledger and all journal sources in the category. Enable it. Fine. Here you can enable the same for our business unit. The business unit level also, if you want to enforce this budget control, say you are setting some budgetary control for source expense account. The same if you want to control in the accounts payable also, you have to set this. Okay. The BU level also you can set. So we are enabling for our BU also. Done. So this is just, these are the segments. Okay, for these are the segments we are just going to set up the budget. What are the segments we have as per our chart of accounts we are going to set. Your control budget, ledger only, or if you are going to use the PPM, project portfolio management, here you can select these options. There we have a top down and bottom up approach of budgeting. So if you are going to implement those functionalities, you can set accordingly. Now anyway, this is not required. So done. Enable this budgetary control. So save and close. Now we have to create the control budget. Since we enable budgetary control for our primary ledger, we'll be able to create the budget against our primary ledger. So here say save and close. Here you can create control budget. You can create the separate budget calendar, or else ideally we use our accounting calendar only for budgeting purpose. Okay, you don't have to create, not required. They given that flexibility, but ideally that budget is not required. Say we are navigating to accounting calendar page only, not required. Okay. So when you want to create, when you want to use the budget only for calendar for budgeting purpose only, just we have to enable budgetary control only, and you can just here you can specify the name, and start date, number of periods, 12 periods. So this is how you can create. Okay, 12 periods are created. This budget you can select at the time of, okay, this budget calendar you can select at the time of budget creation. Ideally not required. Okay, you want to create, if you want to have a budget apart from accounting calendar periods, you may create the budget. Okay, you may create the accounting calendar, budget calendar separately, but not required. We can generally we use accounting calendar for budgeting purpose. That's how we set the budget. So that you can ignore. No need to do anything with that. If you want to create, you can create. Now we'll go and create the control budget. Nothing but budget creation. Click on go. Say create. You can name it as Amex budget. Budget calendar, you can select the same, like this accounting calendar. Okay, this is accounting calendar. We created through rapid implementation, right? So let's select. And you want to create the budget from which period to which period, that you can set. So you want to create the budget from Jan 2022 to December, from under 2 periods. Source budget type select as a other. Okay, you are not bringing from Hyperion from nowhere, just select as other, same name, it will be defaulted in the source budget. Currency, you are creating budget in which currency? USD. Default rate type, ideally we don't require the rate at all, but you can just select since they made the field as a mandate. The controlling level you can use as absolute. Absolute means whatever the limit you set, accordingly users will be able to spend. Say you set for an account in one period $10,000. If you set control level as absolute, it will allow up to 10,000. If I select advisory, okay, when you are trying to spend more than 10,000, it will give the advice you are exceeding the budget limit, but still it will allow. The tracking is just to track that budget related transactions. You can use absolute when you are setting the budgetary control. We have to set to absolute so that there will be control on spending. Select your ledger. So these are the ledgers where budgetary control is enabled. Just now we enabled the budgetary control with the previous setup, right? So the same way for other these three ledgers also somebody enabled budgetary control. That is the reason we are able to see here. Select Amex USA primary ledger. So budget manager, you have to select any one of the employee user. You can select a current employee user, Amex. Search for Amex. Say okay. Done. Now control budget structure. So you want to create the budget for which segments, that you have to list out here. Click on add. So a company. You may set the budget only for company and account. Yeah, account. So you can create budget like this. Okay, you can create budget like this. This you call as summary budget. The detailed budget means you can just list out all the segments. Okay, so you can list out how you want to set budget only for specific segment base or all. You can decide and you can set up.
Hello, sir. If I want to do like specific, like company specific department, then how we can do?
That we have to, when we are preparing the budget data,
Because
we have to prepare only for specific only.
yeah, because in in EBS we have that account assignment there. That whatever the combinations I'll add, budget will work for those.
Yeah.
So, but here we are touching company department, na? So then how it will restrict? Suppose specific out of 100 combinations, I want to put budget on 10 combinations only.
No. According, you can prepare the data. Okay, here
Okay.
you cannot, in EBS what you can do is you can list out, right? You can list out for which companies, which departments you can list out, and you can do the account assignments. With those only you can prepare, you can create the budget journals. Okay, here they are not giving such kind of option. Here you are not going to specify this company, this department, this account only should be available for budget preparation and all. You cannot set up. Okay, by default for all the segment values, you have a budgetary control as a yes. Allow budgeting as yes. There we given the permission. But in these definitions, you cannot give anywhere. In EBS, you can do the account assignment. Budget organization definition. When you create the budget organization in EBS, you can go for assignments. Okay.
Yes.
Here we don't have that option. Here just you have to specify you want to do the budgeting for specific segments or all segments. You can just list out, and then within those segments you can select the values and you can do. Preparation you can do. Directly you cannot do anything here. Okay.
Can we select only 2 segments, sir?
Yeah, you can select. That's what I mentioned initially. Okay, company and account you may select. Only you can select. Then when you are creating the budget with this name, okay, when you are preparing the budget data with this name, those 2 segments only will be visible, so that you can select company 2000, account maybe so and so, and you can set for which period what is the budget limit. That's how you can set. Now I am giving everything here. All will be displayed over there. That's how you can set. Whatever you list out here, those will be displayed when you are going to set the amounts for specific periods. Okay, that's how it will work. Now click on supplemental rules. This is related to business unit. Just click on supplemental rules. Just give the name. Here also you can set absolute. Okay, that's all. You don't need to do anything here. Just say okay. That means we are applying this budget definition for our business unit also. Okay. Now here you can see the status as a not ready for use. It is in the definition stage. Now you can go to actions and say prepare for use. Click on prepare for use so that the status will be turned into ready to use. Once ready to use, then only this budget will be available to take action. Okay. Here you can see not ready for use, preparing definition. Search with Amex here, it will work as a refresh. Now you can say in use. Now it's ready for use. Done. This is how you have to make sure that the status is in use. We created control budgetary controls, nothing but we enabled budgetary control for our ledger and we created budget. Now assign budget roles to user. Okay, assign budget roles to user. So go to security console, tools, security console. Okay, tool security console, go to user, Amex. Say add role. Okay, search with the search for the role called as budget manager. And assign. Let's make a note of this role name here. And one more role we have to assign, that is analyst role. Okay, budget analyst. Assign. Okay, these two roles will allow the user to have access to budget related functionalities. So through those only you will be able to open the budget period, so you can prepare budget data. You can manage the budget related budget, that means with these roles. Done. Just now we created budget, right? The same budget we have to assign to these two roles. This user required access to the budget through budget roles. To do that, go to task called as data access for users. Right? Click on setup and maintenance. The task list, search, or you can navigate to project. Data access for users. Manage data access for users. Create mix role. Budget analyst. Here you can select control budget. What is your control budget name? Amex budget. Just click on add. Okay. Budget manager. Control budget. Amex budget. Say save and close. Done. Now submit LTAP job for this synchronization. Schedule processes. Schedule new processes. Say okay. Okay, let's wait for 1 minute here so that the assignments will get synchronized. So now it's almost 1 minute. Right. Better you can sign out and sign in. You can see that the changes. So go to navigator. In the navigator, you can find budgetary control. Okay, you can click on budgetary control task. We assign the roles. Because of the roles, we are able to access to this page. Done. Now what we have to do? We have to open budget periods. Here is the task list. Click on the task list. So we can see one task called as budget period statuses. Okay, click on this. So this is the budget. Click on this budget. So these are the periods available, Jan to December. Now you can set the status. It's available for budgeting. Yes, at the time of this control budget definition, we given the periods from Jan to December. So whatever the periods we given for that, it would be available for budgeting. So you can just set to open. Because here we have to prepare the budget data for all the periods. In one go we have to prepare ideally. If you want to change later, we can change. So open all the periods.
Sir, budget periods will be same as GL period or it will be different also as per our like?
Yeah, as of now, same accounting calendar only we selected for budgeting purpose. These periods can be different from our accounting calendar also. In such kind of scenarios, we create separate accounting calendar, okay, by enabling budgeting purpose only.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, it could be weekly also. Okay, you may have a budgeting periods weekly base you may define. Not mandatory, both should be matched. In fixed assets, we have that rule. The depreciation calendar, what we are creating, within that, the period names what we are giving, that should be same as our accounting calendar period names. But here, it could be different. Periods are, the budget calendars can be different. Say same.
If we create a different calendar, do we need to map the general ledger calendar to the budget calendars?
No. Those will fall within that, right? The periods, whatever weekly you created. Say you are setting for week 1, budget amount is $5,000 for specific account. When your user is going to create in the system will understand. Okay, for week 1, budget amount is $5,000. Within this week, against so-and-so account, how much already user spent. It can identify. That's how it will enforce the budgetary control. You don't need to do any mapping. Okay, we are opening the periods and we are going to set the budget data based on the budget calendar related periods only. That may be your accounting calendar or the budget calendar which you create separately.
So the dates that fall within the budget calendar will be in correspondence with the GL calendar.
Definitely.
That's how it understands.
Yeah. In accounting calendar period only the dates would be. Whenever you are recording, definitely format, period names may not match. The dates will match, right?
Yes, sir. It will look into the dates and correspond accordingly. It will budget.
Exactly.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So done. We just open. We set the status as open. Now we have to prepare the budget data. Till this time we didn't specify the accounts or anything. So now we have to prepare the data. Go to task list. Okay. Here say enter budgets in spreadsheet. Click on enter budgets in spreadsheet. It is ADFDI functionality. First, let's select here the details. We created only one budget, the same you can see. And the start period and end period already we given in the same budget. So same system is defaulting. The budget entry name you can accept as this. Okay. So here, new budget or replacement of current budget, additional or subtraction from the current budget. It's a new budget. Okay, enter budget amounts as. This was not there earlier. Seems to recently they added. Okay, all the amounts. In EVS we have like repeat for every period. That's how we have a rules for amount. A similar function they're given here also. Anyway, just select it's a new budget. You select as a new. Say create spreadsheet. Click on create spreadsheet. Save this file and open this. Just double click. Just wait for a second, it will fetch. Say connect. Just escape. Okay, done. Now here you can set up budget related account code combination. Double click. Double click. Wait for a second. Click on search. So select account for which account you want to set the budget. I'm just selecting one account called as irrigation expense or internet expense. Any one of the account you can select. Okay, I'm selecting this irrigation expenses. Let's set budget for this. Other you can set as a default. Say okay. At the time of budget creation, we selected all these segments. So it will display. Otherwise, if you select only two, it will display only two here. By selecting those two, you can set the budget amounts. Say okay. Okay. The code combination is accepted. Now you can set up the amounts, like say $25,000. Maybe for each period you may set different amount, or you may repeat the same amount for testing purpose. Sorry. Copy and paste. Done. Okay. Now what we can do is here click on submit. Click on submit. Say okay. This data will be imported into application as a budget data. Again, by changing the account, you can set the budget. This is how you can set for multiple accounts also.
So this line has got, with this combination only, we can spend the amount.
Yes, exactly. This is how we are creating, right? We are setting budget with this combination. With this combination only you can set. Or else, if you want to go with any combination, your primary segments or information is company and account. You set only for those two. So with a department and project, any other segment, you can choose any values. It will work.
Yeah, if we select only company and the account, natural account,
Yes.
then any department can spend it. Any department can spend for that account.
Correct.
Is there any restrictions for spending within the month, within the quarter, or any day of the quarter like that, sir? As we had in R12.
Yeah, there we have a PTD, YTD, QTD, project to date, and all we have. Okay, here it's not like this.
Carry over facility also was there in the R12. Carry over to the next quarter. Unutilized funds.
You can carry forward. Okay, you can carry forward those, but you cannot set a restrictions like a PTD, QTD, YTD, PJTD. There we have options.
Okay.
We don't have such kind of options. Now you will
okay.
Information here. So go to review budgetary control balances. Here you have see carry forward funds availability and all. This you will be able to carry forward. I will go and see what is imported. Time. Let me refresh this page. Yeah, it opened. So here you can verify. Okay, this is our control budget. The period range you can select Jan to December. You can select everything as a all. That means with any company, any department, any account, it has to display. With which code combination is available, it will display accordingly. Search. So this is how we created. Okay. Jan, Feb up to December with this code combination. This is the total budget amounts. We didn't use anything. Okay. Nothing is spent. Funds availability is total 25,000 for each period. Funds availability is 100%. Now we'll create the journal. You may create journal in the payables. Sorry, you may create invoice in the payables. You may create journal in the GL against that account. This will work because at the time of budget definition, we enable it for business unit also. Now go to journal creation page. General accounting journals. Task list, create journal. I'm giving the journal name as 123. There is John. For John month, for given irrigation expense account, we have a limit up to 25,000. We can spend up to 25,000. More than? No. This, let it be. Let's see. One, two, three. It could be any category, no issues. Company 1,000, department 1,000, yes. Select account. For which account we have budget? Irrigation expenses. Say okay. We are spending 20,000. You can pick any one of the credit account. Already we selected budget account. Okay. Total availability is 25. Now we are spending 20. Click on save. Click on complete. Now try to submit for posting. Just click on post. We have a budget. So your process
What actually
has been submitted.
in the when we are giving the cash clearing account in the credit,
No,
what
no,
actually it is happening? What is scenario?
nothing. Just I am giving. Ideally, you don't record these transactions in GL. Just to complete the journal creation, I given. You may give accounts payable. Accounts payable means you are that much amount is you are liable. Or else you can give directly cash account. Random account I selected there now. That's it. Okay. Refresh. Okay, here you can see fund status reserved. Since funds are available for current period against that account, those funds are reserved. From 25, 20 are reserved. Past budgetary control. Okay. So done. Done. Now let's create one more journal.
What is the increased funds availability, sir, in the previous screen?
It's nothing, just the same. It will to reduce that amount. The negative number it will say it's increase in the sense negatively it will increase. That means it will decrease. Opposite action.
Okay.
1 second, I'll open that. You can see again. We'll go and see the balances. There you can see the same. So I given 1, 2, 3, right? increase funds availability. How it is increased? By reducing just status they are giving like that. The real action is here you could see. Okay. Minus. From the same account that need to be reduced. From this account, this 20 need to be reduced. The term they are giving as increase, but ideally that is why they are giving, because sign is different. That's how it's a reverse action. We'll create one more journal now. So you click on create. Three, four, five. I'm giving the journal name. 3, 4, 5. So I want to spend 10,000 again. Reality 25,000 only for this account in this period. Sorry, here, oh, period change it. You can pick any one of the account. Okay, here any account you can just choose. This is not related to budget, only one account you have that account already be given. Just wait for a second, it's taking time. Yeah, 10,000. Okay, now save it, complete, post it. Just click on refresh. This refresh basically just by selecting specific account code combination. If you refresh with that account code combination, what are the balances are there in this current period and all it will display. Here you can see PTD, QTD, YTD. The same account code combination, how much you expense you spend, etc. that you can analyze. But here to refresh this journal, we don't have option, so we are using this. Now you see the past status is it is not posted. Fund status is failed. Okay, budgetary control failed for this batch. Review the failure details in the error journal page. Okay, here you can click on show error or you can click on failed status. Both it will show the same information. Budgetary control failed for this batch. Review the failure details in the enter journals page. Otherwise, you can just click on this failed status. You can click. It shows insufficient funds. Funds are not available. Okay, only 5 is available, but we tried with 10,000. That is the reason. Now you can go to this balances page also. Go to budgetary control task. Go to task list. Again, you can say Review budgetary control balances. Select and say OK. Say all. Search. You see here, Jan period. Okay, this is Jan. So now here you can see 2 records since you are spending. Other period, Feb, March, 1 record only. Now since you started spending, you can see here. This is actually spent. There we have seen like increased data. It is showing like that expense accounts expenditure separate line here, and funds availability. So 5,000 only. Okay, 5,000 only. So this information you can see from here. Okay, how much spent, how much is available, you can see. It is creating the 2 separate records. Once we start using it, will create separate record. That's how you can see.
Sir, is it because of the period type we selected period to date?
Sorry?
Is it not allowing us to post it more than the budgeted amount because we have selected in the period type as period to date?
No. Period to date we never selected, right? Because
Yes, in the
that is
in the
equal
previous
to period to date, PTD.
yeah in the previous screen when we were allocating all segments, there we have the control like PTD, period to date.
Yeah, because that is the period, it is not allowed.
Is there any chance for us to select QTD?
Now QTD you cannot. Okay. QTD you cannot do anything.
Yeah. In this allocation place, all segments you have selected, right, now, sir?
Yes. However, we find the budget accordingly we selected. By default, those are PTD periods only. So read that. Now again, if you want to increase at all, you can do that. What you can do is, you want to increase budget amounts. So go to enter budgets in spreadsheet. Enter budget amounts as addition. Okay, increasing or decreasing. So create.
Acha, Mr. Lakshman, don't you have any other option other than, uploading from spreadsheet, the budgetary amounts?
Spreadsheet only. From the same sheet we can do. No subject.
No, other than that, directly can't you enter in the application itself?
This is only the option. We don't have any other PFDI.
Oh, only
spreadsheet
spreadsheet.
we can use. Because they directly connected with the application, right? So here you can take that same code combination.
For every journal, it will create 2 lines in the review control budget one.
Yes. Once you start using it, will create 2 lines. It has to show how much is available, how much already spent. Because of our SR, it is showing only one department. SR we assigned to one of the role. That role is assigned to this user also, right? That is the reason. Now you want to increase the funds availability for John with 50,000. Say submit. Okay. Done. You can close it, not required. Go to budget control balances. Now you can see the total budget is 75. Go and verify. Okay. So the funds availability it is showing. You just choose that account. John. Let me search with the John only. Now the total budget is allocated budget is 75. Earlier we given 25, now we added 50,000, now total 75. Now let's try to process, try to post that journal now because funds are available. Earlier we were trying to post it with the 10, but availability of funds are only 5,000. Now we can open this journal. Submit for posting. Now it should pass the fund check. Okay. Refresh. Now you see it's posted. What's our result? So this is how just you can increase or else you can decrease also. You can go to specific like in the same sheet. Closed. There you can enter the same. Say now we have a total 75. You want to reduce 10,000. Go to the same. When you are going there, you can select the option as a like additions are reducing. You can select same option. Whatever you selected just now, you can select. And there you can give it a negative sign. Amount you can give so that the amount will be reduced. Say by mistake you entered, you want to reduce, you can use that option and you can reduce like that. So that's how you can define it. And whenever you just create the journals and all, system will keep checking for funds check. Even the account may not be related to budget, it will start checking for the funds availability and all. If you don't want to see that, fund check, availability check from the system side. What are the setup you said that you can just disable so that system won't go for fund checks and all. It won't go to fund check and you know to wait to see whether that is passed or failed, etc. The same setup. Here you can say, go to budgetary controls. But you can do this when you are testing. You can, after testing, you can disable it, not required. Find your primary ledger, that is accounts. You could see it's enabled. Select the same. So edit. And directly you cannot disable here. See, it's grayed out. First we have to disable for business unit. Disable for your business unit. Then it will allow you to disable at ledger level. From now, there is no budget is applicable for our primary ledger. It could be within the general ledger transactions what we record as journals, or it could be transactions you record in the subledger applications like payables application. So just remember these are the points. This you have to treat as setups. Okay, prepare budget data. What we are doing for which account code combination. For each period, what is the amount we are giving, and you can increase or decrease. You can manage the amounts here with the prepared budget data. I will see the deployment is completed or not here. One second, let me check this. Please, you can go on mute. So we'll verify the status of the deployment. It's deployed. Okay, then we can test this also now. So we discussed about secondary ledger, right? Discussed about secondary ledger. These are the setups we have to complete. We discussed about the setups also. On the day we were trying to create the chart of accounts for the two segments. Same time, some other user also on the same chart of accounts creation page. So we got a message like other user just locked the page and all. That is a message we got. Before starting today's session, just I created the chart of accounts. Okay, I just created chart of accounts with the two segments. I'll just show you that. Because once we start the sessions, somebody is just starting working on the same instance with this relevant task, etc. I created with this name. On the day we tried with what name, with the same name I created. This is what I created. So I created with the two segments, company and account. How I created a company segment. Click on edit. When you create this, take the same value set. Okay, what are the value set we have in the primary ledger for company? Take the same primary balance segment label I assigned. Account segment I have created. How I created same value set we have to assign to account segment. Whatever the value set we are using in our primary ledger, because we are going to report, the values should be same. Just mark it as a account as a natural account segment with a natural account segment label. as it is. How we created company and account segments within the primary ledger chart of account, as it is you have to create same value sets you have to assign. I did this and I created instance also against this. This is instance. Okay. Done same. Okay, I set as a required. I created this instance against this structure, Amex secondary flex field. Instance name is Amex secondary flex. That's all. And I submitted for deployment. That means we are ready with chart of accounts with the 2 segments. Now we'll go and create the secondary ledger. Okay. We'll go and create the secondary ledger. Secondary ledger we have to create. Okay, we are going to send the data from primary ledger, right? We are going to send the data from primary ledger. So here we can go to our implementation project. Search with the term called as secondary. The task name is manage secondary ledgers. Secondary ledger we are creating against primary ledger only. To report the data from primary we are creating. Just click on manage secondary ledger. The secondary ledger we are going to create against which primary. Make sure that that primary ledger is in the selected scope. Okay. Manage secondary ledgers. Secondary ledger we are going to create against this primary ledger only. If it is not here, you can select. Now click on go. Say create. Okay, these are our primary ledger details. Now we are going to create the secondary ledger. Say Amex secondary ledger. Okay, Amex secondary ledger. Select secondary ledger chart of accounts. Within this chart of accounts, we have 7 segments, but reporting is required with only 2 segments. The same chart of accounts you can select here. Okay, Amex secondary flex. Select accounting calendar. Amex.
Sir, against one primary, can we create more than one secondary, right?
More than one, no, you cannot. Reporting you can have multiple, here only one.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Amex. Currency. If you want to report in the same currency, okay, or else you can go with a different currency. If you select different currency, you have to define the rates. But anyway, here we want to report with only 2 segments. That's what we planned. Currency can be same or different. If it is different, set rates also. Now this.
Sir, in what way the second? Sorry, sir. So in what way the secondary ledger is different from the reporting ledger?
We discussed right on the day, like.
Okay, sir.
No, you didn't attend or like you didn't understand.
No, maybe I have forgotten. You may have done. I will go through the video, sir. Don't worry.
No, point is simple. So in primary ledger, we have a data. This you want to report. This data you want to report. You want to report in the different currency. Say you want to report in INR. Then you can go for reporting ledger. Okay, in primary ledger you have a data you want to report in different currency. Our primary ledger currency is USD. You want to report the same data as it is in different currency. Then go for reporting ledger. You have a primary ledger, but in primary ledger, say for example, you have 7 segments. Now reporting you want to do only for 2 segments. 2 segments data only you want to report, or 3 segments data only you want to report. Now here currency is different in the sense you can use the reporting ledger. If only currency is different with the reporting ledger, you can report. Other than currency, if any component is different, like chart of accounts and currency, then you have to go for secondary ledger. Okay. The primary ledger data, if you want to report in the different currency, reporting ledger is enough. The primary ledger data you want to report in the different currency, along with that, you want to report segments data also different from our primary. Then you have to go to secondary ledger, or as only segments are different. As per your primary 7 segments, you want to report only 2 or 3 or 4, then you have to go for secondary ledger. Yeah.
Sir, how it is
Segments are different
stats
from the
ledger?
primary ledger.
Sorry?
Segments, whatever we have in the primary ledger, those are also different from the primary
No,
ledger in the
see,
secondary ledger.
simple. What you have that you are going to report. How many segments data need to be reported, that you have to choose. Segments won't be. Whatever the data you don't have, how you can report? Not possible.
That's what I confused here.
No. So different in the sense number, size. Here 7, there 2 only. I mean to say that.
Okay, number of segments.
Number of segments. Here 7 segments we have in our primary ledger, but we want to the reporting requirement is only 2 segments data they need. Okay, 2 segments data only out of 7, 2 segments data only they require, or 3 segments data only. The segment should be same. Okay, out of whatever we have in our primary, selected segments data we want to report. Then we can go for second. Yeah.
Lakshman, statutory ledger and secondary ledgers are one and the same, or is there any difference between statutory ledger and secondary ledger?
Statutory, yes, as per your local reporting point of view, also you can go for this secondary ledger, you can use as a statutory. Maybe
so that means
be different.
One and the same.
Yeah. Accounting method may be different. Okay. So then you can have a separate accounting method in your secondary ledger and you can report. That you can call as a statutory also. Secondary. Okay, local internal or local government to report the data, you can use that secondary ledger also. Right. So we are ready with the chart of accounts. Now we are creating the secondary ledger. Okay. Now you can say save and close. Now the difference is chart of accounts. Okay, here 7 segments. In this same segments, 2 only we have. Now go and set ledger options for this. Select our secondary. Okay, this is our secondary ledger. So save and close. Okay, 2 segments only we have in the secondary. You can provide the data accordingly. Provide retired earnings account. Say okay. Click on save and close. Done. Okay, we're done with this. Now we have to create the COA mapping. Okay, we have to create the COA mapping. Here we have complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Go to this task. Sorry, before this, we have another setup. Here you can say complete primary ledger and secondary ledger mapping. Before that, chart of accounts mapping we have to complete. Okay, manage chart of accounts mapping. So create. So MX primary ledger and secondary ledger COA mapping. Choose those two chart of account structure instances. So target chart of accounts nothing but secondary ledger chart of accounts. Source means primary. Okay, target. You want to report to secondary ledger. This is secondary ledger chart of accounts instance. There you can select source means from where you are going to report. That is source. Now we are going to do the reporting for only two segments. So here, click on this record. Say assign single value or say copy value from source. Select copy value from source. You can select the segments, company to company. You want to from primary ledger company data you want to report to secondary ledger's company segment. Account to account. That's all. Say save and close. Done. Now you can go to the task called as complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Okay, complete primary to secondary ledger mapping task. This is the wrong task. 1 second, please. Search for complete primary to secondary ledger mapping and choose the first task where you can see secondary ledgers. Choose that task. Okay, from here only we created secondary and we specify ledger options. Now we are going to complete primary to secondary ledger mapping. Click on go. Just what are the chart of accounts we created, chart of accounts mapping we did, that we have to select here. That's all. specify. Okay, done. Here you could see some options. So which source, which category journals you want to report and you don't want to report, you can set here. Okay, so here transfer journals to the secondary ledger, yes. Other means all except these two categories, closing journal and revaluation journal, everything need to be reported. That you can accept as this by default, whatever we have that is required for us. Done. So chart of accounts mapping we completed and primary to secondary ledger mapping also we completed. Now which user required access to the secondary ledger? We have to create that user. So go to security console. Users. Add user account. What name you want to give? SL, secondary ledger MX. See, primary ledger we call as PL, but secondary ledger we don't call it as a SL. Just here we are using for our convenience, that's all. Okay, SL means not secondary ledger. So primary ledger only we call as PL. Secondary ledger call it as secondary ledger. So to this you can assign any one of the role for just to access the data. Say you may assign general accounting manager role. Set password. Okay, done. We created a user, we assign GL role, and now we have to assign the secondary ledger to this user role. Go to task called as data access for users. Okay, manage data access for users. Create. Only one role we assign, select the same. Security contest is data access set. So whenever we create the secondary ledger, automatically system creates the data access set with the same name. That means when you create the primary ledger or ledger set, reporting ledger or secondary ledger, automatically system is creating the data access set. So your name is given as secondary ledger. So save and close. Done. Submit LDAP. Right, done. Now you can just sign out. Now what we have to do? We have to open the periods in secondary ledger. If periods are open, then only will be able to report from primary to secondary. Go to secondary ledger. User to open the periods. General accounting, period close. Okay, the period status is never opened. You can open the current period. The starting period is 21, so the current period is 2022, right? Go to action, say open target period, select our target period as a Jan 22, open. Say yes. Okay, the current period status is open. Now you can go and create the transaction in the primary ledger. The moment you post, that would be reported to this secondary ledger. Other side we have reporting ledger also. One copy will go to reporting ledger as it is with a different currency with a conversion. The same copy will come to primary secondary ledger with the two segments data. We'll see that. Create journal from our primary ledger. Okay, we have one more type of ledger, that is the consolidation ledger. Once we discuss about consolidation ledger, once again I'll take you through high level what's the difference between primary reporting, secondary consolidation, etc. Fine. Go to general accounting journals. Create journal. I'm just giving the name as a new. Even if you don't give any name also, it will default as a manual with a timestamp. Here, it should be Java. You can pick any one of the account code combination. Save it. Complete. The posting process will trigger the transfer of this journal to what are the other ledgers are available to reporting or secondary. If it is posted here, then only you can find this journal in the reporting or secondary. Now see, this journal status is posted. That means now you can find this journal in the reporting as well as secondary, because we have those two ledgers. Anyway, now we are testing secondary. We'll go and check in the secondary ledger. As per our secondary ledger, we have only two segments. That means the reporting should happen with the two segments only. So this journal came to reporting, secondary ledger from primary. How it is reported? Only with the two segments, company and account only. Okay. So this is how just you can implement secondary ledger. And even you can check in the reporting also. And copy will go to reporting. Okay. Username is INRRL. We given new, right? The same you can say 10,000.
Sir, if you have created any journal in a primary ledger, it's getting copied to reporting ledger and a secondary ledger. So if there is any requirement that we have created a journal in the reporting ledger, that won't be copied to primary ledger, is it?
Sorry.
So if we are creating any journal in the reporting ledger.
One second. We never use reporting ledger to create the journals. Always to copy only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. In secondary or reporting, we never create, just to copy. Okay. To represent primary ledger transactions with a different currency or different chart of account, I mean, different number of size of segments only we use. We never create transactions in those. Right. So done with us. Right. In tomorrow's session, we'll see revaluation, translation, consolidation. Secondary ledger also tested today. And we have a pending
Sir,
topic.
I have a doubt here.
Lakshman, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Actually, I have trying to create that cross validation rule and security rule and all.
Okay.
The doubt is I can see cross validation rule and security rule. But what happened is in manage primary ledger, I am unable to see my chartered of accounts name with the primary ledger.
One second. See, for that I just shown like how to find it right here. Talking about cross-condition rules only, right?
No. My question is very different. Let me finish it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I'm unable to find the charted of accounts name which I created from the rapid implementation sheet attached to primary ledger. While like when we select for the managed primary ledger, I'm unable to see the charted of account name.
Have you created your primary ledger?
Yes, it is there. I created with the rapid implementation sheet.
Now, where you are not able to find your chart of accounts?
In manage primary ledger, there I am unable to find, but in manage chart of accounts definitions, it is there.
No. In manage primary ledgers, if you created primary ledger, that means without chart of accounts, you cannot create the primary ledger.
Yes, that's what my question. That I'm confused. I deployed also. Maybe it is not deployed. That is the reason.
I'll go to manage primary ledgers. Maybe you might have tried with some wrong navigation. Not sure. We'll check. What is your primary ledger name?
VKTUS primary ledger.
You have this. Okay. Here it is not displayed. I'll go to ledger options.
In ledger options, we can see.
There are no issues here. Okay, ideally, if it is there, it has to show. It is not showing. Even it is there, what you can do here? Nothing. Okay, that won't create an issue anyway. Okay, you have your primary ledger, you have your chart of accounts within your primary ledger. That's enough.
And when I'm try to create another primary ledger for reporting ledger, I'm unable to find the drop down my charted of account name.
Okay.
Can see, but when I want to select from the drop down, I'm unable to find my charted of account.
Chart of accounts. Yeah. So somebody might have changed the name, I guess.
For example, you can go and create another primary ledger with that chart of accounts. I'm unable to create.
Name might have changed. Okay, chart of accounts name we can change, right? Just verify that. How you given the name?
No, I given VKT only. I did not change it.
Not you, maybe someone else. We'll see this. Is there right? Yes, we have your chart of accounts.
Like for any task, if you want to select chart of accounts, I'm unable to select. That's the issue.
VKT. Yes, instance level also you have. Instance also you created. Everything you set as required. You don't enter this. Go to primary ledger. Got it. So in this instance, recently there is some issue. After yes, okay, if you create something, it is not displayed. That's the reason it is not displayed here. Okay, the letter after yes, if you create chart of accounts with after the letter called yes, it is not displayed. There is a new issue we have in this instance. Okay.
What is the solution for that? I need to change the name, or what? How I can proceed?
You can change. You can keep that name just before S any letter. Right.
Like where I have to change, like in structure intents everywhere, or only like how?
What it will be what here what we select the chart of accounts field. What do we select here?
Chart of accounts. Even for accounting calendar also, it is not showing.
1 second. What do we select here? Exact name. Chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts means what you select. Chart of account structure or chart of account structure instance or something else. What do you select here?
Chart of account instance.
Sure. Chart of account,
Yes.
chart of account structure instance only. Now here you have to select chart of account structure instance. That means yes, you have to go to chart of account structure instance and change the name prior to S letter. And you can find it.
And we can. That means even though we created a wrapped implementation, we need to change in application and we need to deploy.
Whatever it may be, yes, even you may create in that way. Further, if you want to create this other setups or if somewhere if you want to access that, it won't be visible. That is the reason what you can do is now you don't have an issue. Like you can use it. The current primary ledger, whatever you created, you can proceed. Anyway, that is created, right? What the issue is you are saying you are if you try to create the other ledger, you are not able to access your chart of account.
Chart of account.
Right? So if
yes,
your requirement, better you can change the instance level name so that that would be accessible.
So for that, no need to deploy, just change the name and save.
Yeah, change the name and deploy. You have to deploy it. Change.
That's my question.
Yeah, instance
I have
level.
one more question. If I change the name in the structure and instance level, we need to change for values, sets or names also, like company, new name?
No. Why not required? The issue with the instance name, okay, not inside values. You keep something A or B before BKT. That's all.
Okay.
That's how you can change.
And okay, I will try it. And one more thing, whatever the video, new one which you uploaded, that is not the exact 47th video. That is the
yesterday itself. I replaced yesterday. Somebody emailed me. There is other batch video. I just replaced yesterday itself. Yesterday or day before, I replaced. Yeah.